Amen.
Right, I think we can go ahead and get started today. Thank you everyone for joining the Healthy Eating Active Living Work Group monthly or bi-monthly meeting. For those of you that don't know my name's Kim Stinchcomb. I'm the manager of the Healthcare Action Coalition with the Prince George's County Health Department. We have our two co-chairs on with us today, one of our co-chairs on with us today, Jessica Moyes. Jessica, would you like to introduce yourself to the group?
Sure. Thanks, Kim. Hey, everybody. A happy National Walking Day, which is today, even though the weather is not really trying to cooperate with us, but you could definitely walk inside. As Kim said, I am the co-chair with the Healthy Eating Active Living Group work group, but I also serve as the vice president for community impact with the American Heart Association. So thanks you everybody for joining us today, and really interested in hearing about the presentation we're going to have today for the national from the Capital Area Food Bank. And also we were having one of our wonderful health strategies interns, going to be Taylor, is going to be presenting around National Walking Day and the benefits of physical activity. So thanks everyone for joining, and look forward to hearing from everybody.
Thank you, Jessica. And we wanted to start off today with a little warm up. So we encourage everyone to either put in the chat or feel free to raise your hand and share with the group your name, your organization, and how do you include physical activity in your busy schedule? I know everyone here is extremely busy. I personally am looking for tips for how to get out more and make it enjoyable, especially on days like today. So feel free to put that in the chat, or we encourage anyone to speak up. And I personally have been very dependent on my dog for getting some extra steps in. He keeps me honest when it.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to jump in. My name's Elena. I am a nutritionist with Giant Food. I'm excited. This is my first meeting I've been able to attend, so I did want you all to see my face and say hello. And mine, when I'm really busy, I really can only stretch between things. So I will stand up every like hour and a half and just do like a nice 1 to 5 minute stretch depending, and that's about as good as it gets on those busy days, because there's no time. So yes, and thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining and for sharing, and thanks everyone for putting your information in the chat as well. Right. If we have no one else interested in sharing out loud today, you can continue adding information to the chat. Jessica kind of walked us through our agenda for the day. So we're excited to dive into that. And just as a reminder, I wanted to share our vision for the Healthy Eating Active Living Work Group. This HEAL work group envisions Prince George's County as a place where everyone has access to fresh, nutritious food and environments that promote good health, wellness, and active living.
Kim, if I could just jump in really quick, I'm not sure if it's on my screen, but I'm still seeing the first PowerPoint slide. You're not in presentation mode.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, now we can see
that?
the introduction. Yes.
Thank you, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay, well, I can go ahead and introduce our first speaker today. We've got Caroline Kirk here, the cross-regional specialist for after-school and summer meals from the Capital Area Food Bank. She's very recently moved into this role after working as the DC Regional Coordinator for a year and a half. Prior to her work at the Capital Area Food Bank. She worked in the Child Nutrition Department at the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. She's passionate about anti-hunger and increasing awareness and access to federal food programs for children and families. So Caroline, please take it away, and I will stop sharing so that you can pull up your slides.
Yes, thank you so much for getting us connected. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my PowerPoint that I have for you all. So let's see.
Sorry, I'm like on the. No. It's fine. I'm just watching Caroline present.
All right. I'm usually using Zoom and not Teams, so we're just going to load the presentation up real quick. All right. Can everybody view this okay?
Yes.
All right. So thanks, Kim, for the introduction. So I'm Caroline with the Capital Area Food Bank. And when I say recently, I mean this week. So just recently, I was promoted to the cross-regional specialist. So previously, I was working just in the DC region. So I'm really excited to kind of kick off that cross-regional stuff by visiting, speaking to you all in Maryland. So I'll go ahead, do just some brief introductions. It's just myself and Haley on this call, but just so that you know kind of who we're working with on our team. So we have Alexis. She's our Director of Family Government Nutrition Programs. And for us, that includes after school and summer meals. And she also oversees TFAP, which we also operate at the food bank. We have myself, the cross-regional specialist for after school and summer meals. Haley is also on this call, but she's in the office today. We have a Maryland audit going on, so she's just listening in. But she's our specialist and she oversees specifically the Maryland region. And we have lovely Bob. He's our part-time coordinator for Maryland. He pretty much operates doing, compliance and site visits. So he's, the face in the community that goes out to visit our partner sites. So what is after school and summer meals? So we at the Capital Area Food Bank operate 2 federal child nutrition programs. So these are both sponsored from USDA. So we have the Child and Adult Care Food Program, which operates during the school year. And we have the Summer Food Service Program, which operates during the summer months. So we actually are pretty unique in the food bank in that our food doesn't come out of our warehouse. We work with a vendor, usually a food service management company, that prepares the meals, and they deliver healthy, nutritionally balanced meals directly to our partner sites. And those are delivered every day that there is meal service. And then at our partner sites, you record meals served, and then we receive reimbursement for those meals served from the government. We have a lot of different types of sites, so community centers, childcare centers, summer camps, churches, rec centers. There's a lot of different variety of community organizations that can become a site. In terms of program requirements, usually we operate in sites that serve a minimum of 10 children. That's from the business perspective from the vendor, just so that they're able to be, preparing that amount of meals. Serving kids aged 5 to 18, usually on a daily basis. We have a lot of sites that do Monday to Thursday. We look for sites to have the capacity to monitor meal service and serve meals on site. So, having adequate staffing to serve those meals, complete any required records, communicate regularly with the staff members. That would be us on the team. And during the school year, we look that there's enrichment activities or programming for kids. And that can be somewhere as simple as do you, offer homework help at the local church? If there's a presence of children on the site and you have any kind of loosely structured or formally structured activities, that would count for that. And then this would be in an area where over 50% of households are eligible for free or reduced price lunch. And for Maryland, during after school meals only, this does not pertain to the summer. Sites need to have either a child care license or a current fire inspection and a health permit. So either combination of those would make a site valid in order to participate. I know we're still kind of in the works of the school year, but we start our summer planning really early. I know a lot of organizations and summer activities are planning underway now. So I did want to highlight some of our priorities for the summer. And I'm, kind of including these terms here because I know it can be very heavy jargon, at least with USDA federal programs, but we have, summer meals campaigns. We really want to promote awareness of these programs in the community. So we are going to be prioritizing open sites. Now, an open site would be a site where the meals are made available to all children in the area on a first come, first served basis. Whereas at a closed site, it would only be open to enrolled children. So say you're doing a summer camp and only the kids that are on that list participate, only those kids at that summer camp would receive the meal. Versus an open site, any child that's aware of the program or the site could come to that site and receive a meal. We want to prioritize sites that have the capacity for that, just so that we can target as much of the community as possible to help meet that need. And restricted open is a consideration. We know that a lot of sites are restricted just due to space, security, staffing control, but they would normally operate on a first come, first served basis. And then another important highlight that I want to discuss for the summer is that USDA recently expanded their definition of what they consider a rural area. So we are allowed to do rural non-congregate meals in newly eligible areas. Basically, in layman's terms, is right now kids are required to eat meals on site. So you're at your summer camp or you're at the church and you're in the programming. The meal is served and the child must remain present for that meal. They can't take it and go home with it. With the rural non-congregate meals, the child is allowed to take that meal home. So we're looking, this was eligible in Virginia and in Maryland. So there will be newly eligible areas that we can do like a grab and go model of meal distribution, distribute once a week, twice a week. So we're really looking forward to recruiting some partners that may fall under that area. And I'll share this presentation with y'all after so that you can have access to this. But in here is basically a link and it takes you to a map. It's basically a rural designation map, and all you have to do is put in the site address and it will show you if you fall within that rural designation area. I do want to say that we still want a lot more expansion on that, but we're really happy that USDA is still listening to our concerns and trying to make that a lot more eligible to a lot more sites. In terms of summer meals resources, this is basically just some highlights of some previous summer campaigns that we've done. Our 2024 summer campaign is currently in the works, so we're working with marketing on that. There will be more to come in the spring, so stay tuned. We'll be happy to share all of that information with you then. But mostly we do like promotional materials and kickoff events, so a lot of it is really just generating awareness of the summer meals program in our region. And in here is links to just the website that we use. So this will contain all of the information from last year, but it will be updated as soon as we have that ready. So in terms of becoming a partner with the Capital Area Food Bank, what are the benefits to you? What are the benefits to the site? Why would you choose to do this rather than just prepare or procure meals yourself? So these meals are completely free for sites. Since you're sponsored by us, we undertake, all the administrative and financial responsibility for that. And because these meals meet federal nutrition guidelines set by USDA, they're healthy and nutritionally balanced. Said, I know we have a lot of sites that if they're not able to get the meals, they're ordering pizza every day, which I'm sure the kids love and that's super fun, but we want to make sure that we're meeting those nutritional needs as well as the hunger needs in the community. So it's definitely a reduced administrative burden for sites rather than sites who self-sponsor this, since we take on all of that monitoring responsibility. And so there's a lot of less staff time spent on like meal prep. All you have to do is, serve it as you receive that. In terms of how to become an after school or summer meals partner, very simple. We have an application that we have, it's like a Microsoft Forms. We have one for after school meals and one for the summer. And it just walks you through all the different eligibility criteria, and you would share your eligibility documents that we mentioned earlier. Haley is on this call, but she would be the best contact to share that with. I'll drop her email in the chat also so that you have that. So all you have to do is just email her to get an application. We've already shared out our summer meals application since we're in that planning phase now, but we definitely are still taking applications on a rolling basis. So we're definitely still looking to, recruit some more sites, and we also have our after school meals wait list, and we'll also share that again when the next school year comes out. Just some additional resources, a little bit more about the food bank. There's a variety of other resources. So we have shopping partner opportunities, a community marketplace, family markets, mobile markets. We do a lot of different things. And for our senior programs, there are government food packages. And there's this website here again that will be accessible when we share the slides. That's just a simple get help page, and you can find food assistance and it'll take you to a helpful map that will be a lot more useful to kind of target where you are in the community. I'm not sure how much time we have, but in terms of for questions, feel free to also drop them in the chat. I'll put mine and Haley's email in the chat. And really thanks again for the opportunity to share what we all do. We really love to hear about potential new community organizations in Maryland. You guys seem like you're doing great work.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Any questions? While people are thinking, so in terms of the map to share locations, so would those, just to clarify, you mentioned that you work with people that can serve openly, not just to people that are registered within their program. How can we help promote those locations, or are there limitations on how many meals they can distribute?
Yeah, so we have like a variety of sites. We have like we can always share a list of our sites that are in Maryland, and Haley can speak more about that list. She can specify which ones are open. So just promoting awareness of like, hey, these sites are already established, they're in this community, and they have the capacity to get like intake more kids from the community. So that's why we want to kind of target more and more of those. So we'd be happy to share that out when our summer meals sites are finalized. We'll make sure we can share that out. And that also comes along with our summer meals campaign. We try to do a lot of promotion about trying to target who our different partner sites are. And then the sites have that responsibility, at least for like restricted open site that usually they can take in. They could just, post a sign on the door saying, we're out of meals today or something like that, where, it's aware, like they have a presence in the community. So we're definitely happy to share out that list when we have that. Intake process for children who want to pick up food from those locations. So for the summer, attendance is not a required component. During the school year, the children are recorded we have to record their attendance and their meal participation, and that's something that USDA just looks for, just to kind of target who's participating in the program versus who's actually getting the meals. During the summer, all the child has to do is just come up and get the meal. With the grab and go stuff, the last time we were doing that was during the pandemic. So we're trying to look for making sure that we have systems in place that are making sure that at least we're still targeting eligible families. So it's probably just gonna be like, even if there's parent pickup, just kind of marking down the name. We're not collecting any sort of like intense like identifying information or anything. So there's no like identifying forms or anything that you need. It's definitely a lot more streamlined during the summer. And it depends on the government program. There's some that are a lot more intensive about the paperwork that they require. And I've also just put Haley's contact in the chat as well.
Thank you. And you mentioned there were income requirements. So I guess if like a daycare facility wanted to do this program, it's based on how many children are eligible or their families?
Well, that's based on we use area eligibility. So for example, at least in DC, like all I have to do is find the in-boundary school, and we have a list of what schools, like their percentage of children that use free and reduced price, as long as they're at or above that 50%, that site would qualify. So we don't use individual eligibility requirements. We use it on the area eligibility basis. So it's just based on where the site is in the community, not that particular child. We don't want to deny a child that's at the site just because they may be slightly above that threshold. So it's based on where the site is in the community.
Thank you. That's great. Does anyone else have additional questions?
And I'll make sure Kim gets this presentation so she can share that out with you afterwards.
Thank you. Excellent. Well, yeah, we have your contact information. So if anyone is interested in follow-up, please reach out to Haley or Caroline, and we will share their slides so that you can get that information. Thank you so much for coming today.
Yeah, thanks all for listening.
Right. 1 second. I'm just going to get our presentation back up. All right. Next, we are re-welcoming Madison Knapp, our health strategies intern from the American Heart Association, to give a presentation on National Start Walking Day, Walk More, Stress Less.
Hey Kim, it's Madison. I'm actually gonna let Taylor take the lead on this presentation today. She is also one of our amazing health strategies interns for the Greater Washington region. She's a current University of Maryland student, and she's gonna do this great presentation for everyone. So enjoy.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you, Taylor.
Hi, nice to meet you. So, Walk More, Stress Less. This is our presentation from the Greater Washington Region Community Impact Team. So, today is National Walking Day. Get outside today and move your body for at least 15 minutes. Walking is low impact and one of the easiest ways to get and stay active. Walking at a lively pace for at least 150 minutes a week, which is 2 hours and 30 minutes, can help you think better, feel better, and sleep better. All you need to get started are comfortable shoes and comfortable clothes and supportive shoes. Make every move count. 10 minutes of stretching is like walking the length of a football field. 2.5 hours of walking every week for a year is like walking across the state of Wyoming. 30 minutes of singles tennis is like walking a 5K. 1 hour of dancing every week for a year is like walking from Chicago to Indianapolis. 20 minutes of vacuuming is like walking 1 mile. And 30 minutes of grocery shopping every other week for a year is like walking a marathon. So physical activity for adults. 1 in 4 U.S. adults sits for longer than 8 hours each day. Sitting for too long can hurt your physical and mental health. Spend less time sitting. Even light intensity activity can offset some of the risks of being sedentary. Increase activity amount and intensity gradually over time. Add moderate to high intensity muscle strengthening activities such as resistance or weights on at least 2 days per week. So Life's Essential 8 comprised of 2 major areas, health behaviors and health factors. They start at eat better, be more active, quit tobacco, get healthy sleep 7 to 9 hours, manage weight, control cholesterol, manage blood pressure and blood sugar. These key measures can improve and maintain one's cardiovascular health by reducing the risk of heart disease, stroke, and other major health problems. So to start with definitions, there's cardiac arrest, heart attack, and stroke. So to start with cardiac arrest, this is the abrupt loss of heart function. Your heart stops beating properly. Heart's electrical system malfunctions, can come on suddenly or in the wake of other symptoms, often fatal if appropriate steps are not taken immediately. More than 436,000 cardiac arrest deaths occur each year in the US. For a heart attack, this is caused by a blockage that stops blood flow to the heart, a circulation problem, death of heart muscle tissue due to the loss of blood supply. It is quite serious and sometimes fatal. Symptoms may be immediate and intense or start slowly with mild symptoms, also possible to have no symptoms. And stroke is when a blood vessel that carries oxygen and nutrients to the brain is either blocked by a clot or bursts or ruptures. Part of the brain cannot get the blood and oxygen it needs, so brain cells begin to die. The number 1 cause of death and a leading cause of disability in the United States. Number 3 cause of death in women in the US. Strokes can be serious and fatal, most often has long-lasting after effects. 80% of strokes are preventable, and use the FAST to spot a stroke, which is face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, time to call 911. And here are steps to building healthy habits, such as cue, which is a reminder to act on your habit. It jogs your memory, such as to cue a walking habit, leave your athletic shoes by the front door where you'll see them. Routine, smart with a small, enjoyable version of your habit. Make sure it's easily repeatable, such as start with a short 15-minute walk of an ambitious hour-long hike. Instead of an ambitious hour-long hike. Invite a friend to join too. Reward. Positive feedback matters. Have fun with your new activity or follow it with a reward, such as reserve listening to your favorite podcast for when you take your walks. Build a habit loop. Repeating these 3 steps, cue, routine, and reward, will help you maintain your habit. Get tips from your very own habit coach. Check out these 6 short habit coach videos. These science-based habit hacks will help you keep those healthy habits and lace up for National Walking Day on April 3rd, today. When you hit your stride today, share a pic of your walk or sneakers on social media and hashtag National Walking Day.
Thank you, Taylor.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys for listening.
Does anyone have any questions or feedback or anything they want to discuss around National Walking Day or any of the tips provided by Taylor and the American Heart Association? I was really excited to hear that cleaning. I've never considered cleaning physical activity, so I love that we can now knock off 2 things at once. Right, we can move and do some brief subcommittee updates. I see a couple people on from Food as Medicine. This group met last week. For anyone that's interested in joining the Food as Medicine team, they meet the 4th Wednesday of the month at 3 p.m. For planning activities and just discussions around Food as Medicine initiatives in the county or the state. Right now, they're seeking funding opportunities to move forward with additional Food as Medicine activities. I did see that Michelle Burton is on. Michelle, I love to put someone on the spot. If you do want to give any updates for this group, please feel free. I also saw Taryn on if you all would like to share anything around the Food as Medicine team.
Hey, yes. Well, we're just out here we were able to secure some interest from CCI Clinic. So we were very appreciative of that. But for the grant opportunities that came up for May 15th, we'll have to punt those opportunities because they have a match requirement. And we wanted to go after the 500K grant. However, trying to match that was, it's not conceivable unless someone has another suggestion. So as new opportunities come up, please pass them to Kim or myself. And, if we have the capacity to pursue them, we certainly would. And we're always looking for healthcare partners to be a referral partner for Food as Medicine program. We are also working with, I'm going to have a meeting with CRISP to see if we could integrate ourselves within the electronic health record system. That would make it easier for providers to send us a referral. And I'm also going to be meeting with the Capital Area Food Bank and seeing how we could leverage the infrastructure they've already started in this region and seeing if we could work together on some grant opportunities collectively. So that's all I have. I welcome anyone who has some thoughts or suggestions or would like to come to the meetings and share your input. We are very flexible and open to your feedback. Thanks.
Thanks, Michelle. And for anyone that hasn't seen the evaluation report from the Prince George's Fresh pilot Food as Medicine program is out and available for review. So we'll make sure to continue sharing that. It's on the coalition website, so we can share that with everyone in case you want to check in on the previous work. It was really great. And I look forward to seeing additional work in Food as Medicine, hopefully in the coming year. And And moving on to healthy food priority areas. So we are continuing to kind of re-engage this group. I believe I did see we have Bridget and Patrick on today representing the healthy food priority areas. We've been engaging some more of the team from environmental health in the health department and the health and wellness group so that we can get a better grasp on how we want to move forward with these definitions of healthy food priority areas and how we can define our different food facilities as healthy versus not offering healthy options. So we hope to provide a more comprehensive update on this work in their June meeting. But I'm glad that we have some new engagement and a new energy moving this mapping forward. Patrick or Bridget, anything you wanted to add to that at this point?
No, you pretty much covered it all.
Yeah, we're meeting tomorrow to discuss moving forward with this.
Thank you both. All right, does anyone have any questions around either of these subcommittees? All right, hearing none, we can move into community announcements. So we have certainly shared that today is National Walking Day. I know the weather outside today is not great, but I think we have some additional tips for how to get out and get moving. Thanks to the American Heart Association for sharing all of these takeaways. And Jessica, or if anyone wants to add any additional feedback on National Walking Day, please feel free to jump in.
Sorry, I was trying to get myself off mute. No, nothing else. But yes, what you said, Kim, please. I know it's not the best weather day today, but there are things that we shared with tips. Thank you so much, Taylor, that we shared that you guys can do indoors to definitely get moving. Anything you can do, walking upstairs, as we said, even doing some housekeeping indoors can get your heart rate up and get moving. And definitely, this weekend looks like it's going to be clean. Take advantage of getting outside on Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But yeah, definitely just do whatever you can to get moving today. And please just participate. And if you have want to have any more information about physical activity, any infographics, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself, Taylor Madison, on the line, and we will get that information to you. That's it.
Thank you. And sharing some more of our partner events. Giant Food offers Healthier Together Food is Medicine engagement opportunities that are available through their website or on site. So they have Food is Medicine virtual classes, cook-alongs and recipes, and Food is Medicine store tours. So I will put a link to those in the chat. Momentarily. Sorry about that all. Excellent. Okay, and next, we just wanted to promote Prince George's County Farmers Markets. Now that we're getting into spring, a lot of these farmers markets are opening. We do have some promotional tools, resources that you can share with your partners or the community. We'll have links when these slides go out to the flyers that are available, a social media toolkit so you can share it on your own social media accounts, and then listings in English and Spanish of the locations where our farmers markets are located, and then some additional social media graphics. So thank you all for helping to share those with the community so that we can promote our farmers markets, especially in those areas where healthy food might be limited. Finally, I just want to share that our next HEAL work group meeting is on June 5th. So we hope to see everyone there. And if you have any questions or want to get engaged more between now and then, please feel free to reach out and we can send information about some of those subcommittee work groups. Any additional community announcements that anyone would like to share? And I saw that Kate McGrail from Suburban shared in the chat earlier that they have a Dine, Learn, and Move monthly program, which is sponsored by the Health Department, Parks and Rec, and the University of Maryland, and Suburban. And she shared that they are the fourth Wednesday of each month from 6 to 7:30. So there's information to register in the chat as well. I've heard these are really great. So please take advantage if you can. And thank you, Bridget, for posting. Can you, Bridget, do you mind sharing a little bit more information around the Maryland market money?
Sure. Maryland Market Money is a nutritional incentive for SNAP, WIC, and FMNP recipients, and it'll double your value at the markets. So not all markets accept the same federal benefits. So some may be SNAP only, others may accept pretty much everything. So you need to scroll down at that link to see our markets. And we expect there will be a couple more markets coming online, but this is a program that's a partnership between Maryland Department of Agriculture, DSS, through our Office of Food Security, provides funding for that matching. And then there's a staff that's contracted to do this work. And they have rack cards available in English and Spanish. If you want to send me an email and ask for some to be available to your customers and clients, please do so, and I can get those out to you. But it's a great program and more people should be aware of it. So thank you for the moment.
Thanks for sharing. This is really helpful. Okay, last call for any additional community announcements. All right. Well, thank you all for a wonderful April meeting. Thank you especially to our speakers today for sharing this valuable information with the group. I will follow up with everyone with meeting minutes and the slides so that you can review any of these resources. If you do realize that you forgot to share a resource or you want to promote any upcoming events with our through our coalition newsletter, please also feel free to send those over and we can put them in. The newsletter comes out every other Tuesday. All right. Thank you all so much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.